Okay, hello Virgo. This is going to be your 2019 energy reading. What I'm going to do is I'm using the energy oracle cards and I am going to give you a 12-month projection. We're going to go month by month just to see how the energy is going to flow throughout the year. We're then I'm going to give you a love reading, an abundance reading, and a life purpose reading. And I have to tell you right off the bat, I've been doing readings today. And for some reason, whenever I went to do yours, I am feeling so tongue-tied and so blocked within my throat chakra. And at first, I thought this was something that was going on for me because I've been very much working through my throat chakra. But I feel like there's something going on for you, and we'll see what the energy said. But I apologize. I have my tea with me because my throat is going crazy right now. And the camera's going crazy right now. I don't know. We'll see what the energy has to say, but I feel like a very strong throat chakra, right off the bat, throat chakra energy for you. You have, I feel like my voice is changing. This is so odd. I feel like you've been holding yourself back from who you truly are, from expressing who you truly are. And I think that might be the energy that we're starting off with. And that's what I'm feeling for you. So let's just see what the cards say and go from there. Oh, also, just a disclaimer, this is an overall reading. This is not an exact prediction of things that are going to happen. The energy is constantly changing because we ourselves are creating it. So we are powerful manifestors. And this is the energy prediction as of now. It's also the way the cards read our energy. It's the energy flow based on one another. So what I read for January, it's kind of it's like building blocks, but it's not necessarily sequential because time is not linear. So it's not sequential in that exactly the whole month of January you'll be dealing with the energy the January cards say. February you'll be dealing with that energy. It's kind of you can stay in the energies of January for the whole year of 2019 if you so choose. That's where your free will, that's where your power of manifestation of creation comes in. This is just giving you a general energy flow. Take what resonates. If something doesn't resonate, discard it. It's not for you. It's for somebody else. If you're interested in your own personal reading, if you're interested in an energy healing session to try and, clear out some blocks, maybe around that throat chakra, to clear out some blocks from 2018, from just in general, from this lifetime, past lifetimes, whatever, you can reach out to me at reikiwithrachel.com and I will put my link to that below. So let's get started. Wow, Virgo! Holy moly, January's good for you. Okay, Virgo. Wow. You got the door to value and the victory card. Something that you have been working on, Virgo, is panning out and it's manifesting and it's opening up a door to new abundance for you. Okay, so that is an excellent way to start off the new year. Whatever you have been doing, whatever ideas you've been getting, just know that the energy, it's going to pan out. You got the victory card and the door to value. This is very much, Virgos are earth signs, and we Virgos like to see things materialize. Virgos are very practical. They are very much grounded in this earth. And so I feel like the victory card and then the door to value is very much speaking to that. It's speaking to a very practical, very tangible manifestation that you are going to be able to see, touch, feel, experience for the month of January. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay. Wow, Virgo. Damn. okay, maybe I was wrong about the throat chakra. Maybe that's me. We'll see. there, uh, there is the month of February. How appropriate for February, Valentine's Day, door to romance. And then you got the door to personal healing and happiness. And I just got the intuition now is as you are stepping more into your authenticity, more into your true natured self, who you are, owning what you think, owning who you are, then you're opening all these doors. So I have a feeling maybe that's what the throat chakra that I was feeling. There's been like a constriction. There's been something like holding you back. And that can be, you know, I think Virgos sometimes get a bad rap for being honest, knowing what you want, and not settling for anything less than that. And I think that sometimes that can cause Virgos to hold back, to not really express who they truly are. And so as we're going into 2019, I feel like you're kind of like, this is me. This is what I want. I don't care if nobody else wants it or nobody else agrees with me. This is how I'm going to do things. And it's opening up the door to your abundance, the door to romance or love, and the door to personal happiness. What a way to start off this year, Virgo. Jeez, oh my gosh. Okay. This is so interesting. Well, these two cards came out for Taurus, but much further down in the year, Taurus is also an earth sign. This must be a very earthy thing going on, except you are, Virgos, I feel like you've been working a lot in, you've been working very practically in 2018. Like you have not been sitting there daydreaming like a lot of maybe Tauruses were. And I'm not hating on Tauruses, I am one, but I'm just saying that because this came up in their reading. So like, I feel like you weren't sitting there daydreaming, you were actually doing things. You were really taking action. And the beginning of the year is just saying like, yeah, it's paying off. It's opening all these doors. Because for the month of March, you got caring connections and you got appreciation. People are appreciating you for who you are. You don't have to stifle who you are. Who you are is bringing all of this to life. It's opening all these doors. And this caring connections is coming right after the door to romance. And you know, we'll see what your overall love reading is. But I'm feeling like from this, I'm just seeing like a partnership, a commitment, a wedding, an engagement, a new relationship blossoming. I mean, there's something really good coming in for you in the beginning of the year, within the first few months. Excuse me, I take a sip of my tea. And that's really coming in from you, like stepping into your own, and people are recognizing you and they're appreciating you for who you are. And you're going to start attracting people who just vibe with you, really. Okay, you got the thinking man for April. So I feel like this is kind of, this can be two things, Virgo. And let me pull a card just to clarify. I'm being guided to pull from a completely different deck. I don't know why, but I had it handy for a reason. So give me direction on what the thinking man means for Virgos. Because I'll tell you because I feel like it could be two things. Let me just tune in. I can't multitask here. What does the thinking man mean for Virgos? What does the thinking man mean for Virgos? It's this one. You got the White Witch, talking about be the light. So I feel like, and I'll show this to you. You see that the owl is staring straight forward. Owl is just wise, all-knowing. And then she's kind of looking off in a distance. She's looking maybe to the future. So I think there is a lot of strategizing here mixed with some what is next for me. You're going to be a little in your head come the beginning of spring here. But, and this can go one of two ways. You can be in your head and you can get sucked back into old patterns that don't really serve you, or you can be in your head and you can allow yourself to daydream a bit. And I know that might be not natural for some. I'm not trying to like stereotype you Virgos. I'm just, we are who we are, right? So you might not be the biggest daydreamer, or maybe you are. But I'm getting a sense that this is like, you are going to a new level here. So you're not going to be able to analyze the situation and figure everything out like you would want. So you're really just being, so much, you've learned so much, you've grown so much, and that's why we have this wise old owl. But the wise owl is paired with this woman who has, it looks like a moth in her hair, like greenery surrounding her, and she's looking off in the distance, and she is seeing the beauty and the light that is to come. This is your intuition. This is the battle between your logical mind and your intuition. So come the beginning of spring, if you feel a little torn, if you're feeling some doubts, do some meditation, do something to tune in with your higher self. Allow yourself to daydream in whatever way is like works for you. Oh, sorry. I thought my mic got unplugged. And let's see what comes for May. Okay. This is another like kind of split. You got woman holding a heart and the hostilities in reverse. So this could mean that you are, again, this kind of seems like the battle between the head and the heart, honestly. That's what this feels like to me. And it makes sense. Like if you're overanalyzing, overthinking, and then you kind of get into this tug of war between like what you think you should do, and then if you're feeling something different, but you don't know if you should trust your feelings. And the hostility card is just coming to say, don't allow any old patterns, any old behaviors, any hostilities to come and interfere with what you truly know is best. Like, so you start the year off so amazing, but a lot of times when we have a lot of good things happen, then it can cause us to fear or second guess or just be like, oh, everything was so great. And then if something happens that isn't great, then like we get super in our head and we start to doubt a lot. And basically what these cards are saying is like, if you do experience something like that, it's just like such a tiny roadblock. It's part of your journey and you have the option to grow from it, or you have the option to get sucked into old patterns. That's all this is telling you. So you have control and you have power over this. This card came in reverse. So the hostilities card came in reverse, which indicates to me that it can be a lot of these hostilities, maybe long-held hostilities. This can be negative energy patterns. This can be hostilities with another person. Anything that is just taking you away from your true purpose, from your path. They're being dissolved. They're being dissolved as you just drop down into your heart space, really. As you trust, don't try and overanalyze, and trust your intuition and kind of step into that place and have faith in yourself. Be like, I know, I am wise. And some things you just can't analyze to death. Some things you just had to allow to come to you. And you do that by dropping down into your heart. Okay, so the next card that you got was Adjacent Possibilities and Envy. So again, I feel like this is just all on the mental realm. All of this feels so mental to me. There's a lot of different ways that you can go next. This Envy card, as the way it's reading to me, is telling me to tell you I'm getting guidance to tell you not to look at what other people are doing to decide your next steps. The answers are going to come from within. And that's how this card, this owl, this white witch, that's how she comes into play here. That's how the woman holding the heart comes into play. There's different ways you can go. You know the answers. And what the adjacent possibilities tell me is like there's not one right way right now. You know, towards gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know if I've been telling you the month. So April, May, June. So towards the beginning of summer, probably around the summer solstice, there's going to be multiple avenues that you can go down, multiple paths that you can take. And that is okay. Because they're all going to lead you where you need to go. Don't get stuck in the indecision of trying to pick out the right one. And once you decide to go along a path, do not constantly look to the outside for validation that you chose the right one, because you're not going to get the validation right away. Also, when you go down this path, do not look to others to see how you should do it. So I'm feeling very much like this could be a couple of things. This could be very much a relationship, like looking at other people's relationships and where they are, and then like comparing yourself and saying like, is there something wrong with me? Is there something wrong with my relationship because I don't want what others have? Or I'm not sure if I do. This card is saying like, no, this is your path. There are multiple ways that you can have a happy, successful relationship. It doesn't have to be so cut and dry, so standard. The same with business. Like there's so many business professionals out there or like in your career that tell you have to do this, you have to do that. You know, I did these steps and now I'm a millionaire, like whatever it is. And it causes us to look without and to think that other people have the answers. I mean, you know, Virgo, you know you have the answers, right? Like, you know that you know. And if anything causes you to doubt that is not you being true to yourself. And that's when you just take a step back and you get realigned with your own energy. That's all these cards are talking about. So let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, July, you got the man holding the heart. And here is that throat chakra. I knew it was going to come up. Archangel Gabriel, the throat chakra. You know, Virgo, I feel like for you this year, it's going to be twofold. There is going to be a progression in your relationship and also a progression in your life purpose and what you're doing. And we'll see what those cards reveal. But very much, I'm feeling like, especially after this adjacent possibility card and the card telling you not to be envious, not to look without, and then immediately after. And remember, the cards come as guidance. So this is just guidance that you can take or leave. But if you take it, then this is the result. The man holding the heart, this can definitely indicate love. It can indicate a deeper commitment. If you are a man, then this indicates you like opening your heart up to love. If you are a woman, this is a man opening his heart up and having that connection. And then the throat chakra, and Archangel Gabriel is all about your creations. He's all about your life purpose. He's all about, he can be about like family and children. If that's something that you have been planning for, that's something that could be showing up. And he's very much like with this throat chakra, bringing who you truly are, who you really are, out into this world and being okay with it. Saying, this is who I am, this is what I decide, and being okay with it on an internal level. Like not just trying to prove it to other people, but actually really feeling it and then coming from that place with everything else. That's going to deepen your relationships when you get to that place. That's going to create the success that you're looking for. Okay, and then right after that, in August, is the Angel of Strength and the Angel of Love. You're finding strength within yourself. This is deepening your relationships. This is deepening, I'm really feeling like a strong something strong with relationships for you, Virgo. I really am. A lot of the cards are pointing to that. So, and we'll see what the relationship cards have to say. But you're just becoming so strong in who you are, and strong in your relationships, and strong in what you present to this world. So let's see. Wow, okay. So next you got woman holding a coin. This is talking about financial abundance again. You got love here. You got abundance here. You got strength. You know, it's really interesting because this is very similar to, not similar, but a lot of the cards are the same as the Taurus reading that I did. And now I'm like, oh, you know, my ego's like, oh, did I shuffle the cards right? But I know I did. I think it's just a very earthy kind of, it's just a very earthy energy that's going on because it's talking about manifestations, it's talking about the material world. But reminding you beautiful, beautiful earth sign, that it stems from within. That it's about getting right within first. And all of these are saying, and then it manifests on the outside. Okay, let's look at October. Goddess Moon. Talking all about following your intuition. Talking all about following your intuition. I feel like there is going to be a moon cycle that is going to also create a shift for you. Next, you got financial constraints. So this can mean a couple things, and I want to pull another card to see what it means, honestly. Because it can mean, just like with this card, I'm getting two separate messages, and I want to give you what pertains to you. All right. So, Virgo. I feel like there's a choice here. This is why this came right after the intuition card. It's important around the beginning of fall. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, this is right around the beginning of fall. That fall equinox. Capitalize on that energy. If you remember one thing from this, capitalize on that energy. The fall equinox. And any full moon, new moon that comes around that time. The harvest moon. Capitalize on the harvest moon. Fall equinox and harvest moon. Write that down. Put it in your phone. Put it in a Google reminder. Because following that, you're going to have a choice. You're going to have a choice when it comes to your finances. You're going to be at a crossroads. You have a path that leads you in the, I don't want to say right direction. It leads you in a direction towards healing, towards happiness, towards your life purpose. But there's also the potential, and this is the deceit card. But really what I'm getting with this is it's like your own mind being deceitful. It possibly could be a distrust of somebody else. And the only way that you are going to know what's your best decision is by tapping into that higher knowing and that intuition. This is not meant to scare you at all. It's meant to give you guidance. Like you were doing, like this year, you're building so much strength. I mean, you start off just like with a bang. But the year is also meant for you to grow spiritually. And the Temple Path card is very much about spiritual growth. It really is. So the lessons that you learn this year, they're going to help you spiritually, and it's going to help you. And I'm feeling like if you tuned into this message, the cards are coming to tell you that by the end of the year, by November, when you're at a certain crossroads or, you know, a fork in the road, you're going to be at a place where you can choose. the path that is for your spiritual development. And let's see what... Okay, well, let's not get too worried, because the last card is the Sun and the man holding the coin. I'm getting two things. The Sun is a brand new beginning. This whole year is really leading you to a brand new beginning. A good one. And like how I just said, if you tuned into this reading, that harvest moon, that equinox, capitalizing on that, you're going to make a decision that leads you to this beautiful new beginning. Man holding a coin. Immediately what I see, man holding a coin, woman holding a coin. Divine energy, masculine energy, abundance, a balance between the two. And since you've gotten a lot of love relationship cards, I'm just feeling like coming together in your partnership, it's going to be financially balanced. Like you're going to pull your weight, they're going to pull their weight, both emotionally. I'm feeling more materialistically though. Like it's going to be, by the end of this year, like you're going to be pretty good in terms of finances. You're going to be pretty good in terms of where you're going with your relationship. But before I talk too much further about that, let's just go into your relationship cards. You got very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Immediately, adjacent possibilities came up. Immediately that card came up. Yeah. Clearly decide what you want so that it can come to you now. There's some vacillating going on. There's some vacillating in terms of relationships going on. I feel like there might be a commitment and then there might be some indecision. So let's see what the rest of the cards say. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So there's kind of a mix of energy here, right? You're getting the message to clearly decide what you want. You're getting the message that there is an attraction, but there is also a message to retreat and a message of codependency. The codependency could be in your relationship. It could be maybe codependent behaviors. What I'm feeling like is it also could be an addiction on one end or the other. And you need to, but it also can be very mental. It can be very mental. I'm feeling that as well. This codependency can be a very mental, like you are addicted to trying to know all the answers. You're addicted to trying to control. You're addicted to certain behaviors like perfectionism. Thinking that everything has to be perfect. And the moment that a relationship shows signs of it not being perfect, it throws you off a little bit. The moment that, I mean, I'm just getting this like kind of for a lot of things, like the moment that a career shows you that it might not be perfect or your abundance might, you might lose some money, like it kind of throws you off because it's not what you want. When you notice, especially in your relationships, because these are relationships and love cards, that you are wavering because something didn't go exactly how you wanted, you're being encouraged to just disconnect for a little bit. And not disconnect in your own head. So this card shows a man and a woman. It looks, to me, I always think of like eloping in this card. But it's like going on a retreat, going on a vacation, getting away from what's causing you to doubt, to second guess. And it's going to help you become very clear on what it is that you want. I pulled another love card. For some reason, I was guided to pull one additional card from each of the decks, so we'll go over those last. So we'll see, because I feel like that's going to give you some additional clarification. Okay. Abundance. Detox your friendships. These are abundance cards from Doreen Virtue. Detox your friendships. It says your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time, so be discerning about your associations and relationships. Be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. And I feel like that's very much the first energy going on this year, is there's going to be a disconnection from any surface level relationships, from people who you feel like you can't be yourself around. That's kind of what I said at the beginning of the reading, like not feeling like you can be yourself. You're stepping into yourself. You're expressing yourself as you truly are. You're coming from that place. And as you do, if people fall away, they fall away. And you know what happens is you open up space to attract even better partnerships, friendships, relationships, which all affects your abundance. The second card you got was abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. Again, I feel like this kind of goes along with the energy of, and what I was just talking about with when something goes wrong, it throws you off. You know, you begin to second guess yourself. So things could start off really good, and then if something throws you off, then you're second guessing if you're going to lose all your money, or if you're not worthy of abundance, or like if abundance just isn't in the cards for you. And what this is encouraging you to do is keep that abundance mindset throughout. Just like with relationships, you're clear on what you want. You're clear, but you have to be flexible at the same time. You have to understand that people don't fit the mold that we want them to, because they're their own unique soul and their own unique journey. But if you have these things that you know that you want in a partnership, then you can stay true to that. And whenever the other person frankly pisses you off, then it might not throw you off as much, and it might not cause you to doubt as much, because you know it's just like, you know, something annoying they did, or something that's just a lesson they had to learn, but they're still who you want. The same with abundance. You know, if something, like maybe you don't have a great month, you don't want that to allow you to completely knock you off center. It's just about keeping that abundance mindset. Because look at how your cards end. Look at how your cards end. You know that it's here for you. Don't allow tiny little situations to throw you off. Oh, okay. So the final abundance card you got was obstacles and blocks lifted. All good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles and blocks. Hold on. I don't feel like I read that correctly. All your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement on your projects. Stay centered in gratitude and ensure that your flow of abundance continues. So that's kind of what I was just talking about. As you stay centered in who you are, as you stay centered in just, you know what you want. And I'm kind of getting this visual of like a tree. You know, if the wind blows a tree, then a couple leaves might fall off, but that's it. Like the tree doesn't get knocked down. You want to be like the tree. You want to be that grounded. You're an earth sign. Find your roots, ground down in what you know you deserve. You know, if you think about like a little flower and the wind blows too hard, it just like completely can knock it over. We don't want to be that anymore. We want to be sturdy. And this whole year, since I came as the last card, this whole year is teaching you to get to that place. It's lifting the blocks. Anything that you experience is your opportunity to release another block when it comes to your abundance. All right, so let's go on to your life, purpose, success, career reading. The first card you got was creative expression. God's divine creativity is expressed through your actions. This is so much talking about everything that we said. You're coming from who you are. You're expressing your inner truth. You express this through everything that you do. And if you're looking for a job, if you're looking for your life purpose, the more that you can step into who you are and be honest with yourself, the more you're able to create these opportunities. Also, there's like a little boy and girl here, and they're kind of dancing. So I feel like this could also be talking about love or creating relationships. For some people, maybe not all. The next card you got was Detox Time. Release toxins from your body, mind, and spirit. That's what we were just that's what I was talking about throughout this whole reading. It's just overcoming some of these blocks. You know what they are. That's another piece of the throat chakra. Being honest with yourself. Being honest with yourself of what your personal blocks are. We all have them. We all have these personal blocks. What are yours? Shine light onto them. And when you do, they begin to disappear. Or you can at least see them for what they are and don't allow them to affect you like you used to. The next card you got was Stay True to Yourself. Don't compromise or water down your ideas. Listen to, trust, and follow your inner voice. Exactly what I was talking about. I don't think we had to talk about that again. You then got the Retreat card to block out distractions, spend time alone so that you can focus on your priorities. You know, I'm feeling like somewhere along this year, you're going to have to take a giant step back. You got retreat in your life purpose. You got retreat in your relationships. There is a retreat. There is I need to take a break. And when you need to take a break, when this comes up for you this year, listen to it. And again, this is not a break where you overanalyze. This is a break where you just disconnect. You disconnect. You go on a vacation. You go on a meditation retreat. You just like stay in your house for 3 days straight and don't communicate with anybody. But do so in a healthy manner where you're not stuck in your head. I mean, your retreat's going to look different. I mean, it's going to look different for everybody, but there's very much, you need to be able to know when it's time to just take a step back, honestly. And then you got Writers Group. It says create or join a writers group to gain inspiration, friendship, and support. And I feel like this very much goes with the detox your friendships. So if you have been wanting to write, this could be a very specific message to somebody watching to join a group of like-minded people. But I'm also feeling like this is kind of calling in new relationships. It's calling in new partnerships when it comes to your career, to your life purpose. As you are stepping into your true self, as people just naturally fall away, then you're able to align with people who can help you on your path. And so let's pull from the cards. Wow, okay. So these are the cards that came up at the bottom of the deck, and this is the only reading that I've done this for so far. I was just guided to do it for you, so there has to be a reason. The card that's underlying everything of the general 12-month reading for you, Virgo. Yin Yang. Number 22. This is all about balance. It is all about finding that internal balance, balancing it within yourself and balancing it within your world. It's also very much a balance between masculine and feminine energies. Now, this can be in your relationships, but it can also be within yourself. You know, the feminine energy is very much about being in a state of love, which you've gotten multiple cards that are talking about being in that heart-centered space. That's a feminine energy. Masculine energy is very much about action. It's about logic. It's about planning. And you got that as well. You got the Angel of Strength. That's very masculine. You know, all these abundance readings, opening these doors. I mean, this is a very, very masculine energy. So I feel like you this year, the underlying message, what the cards really want you to know is find that balance between knowing when to just be. Just knowing when to shut everything out, not act, get reacquainted with yourself, be honest with yourself, just be, come from that heart space, get in touch with your intuition. And then knowing when to act and acting from that place. Okay, so the underlying message for your romance, your partnership card, is new love. If you are in a relationship now, this can very much mean a new love kind of blossoming for you two, like going to the next level. If you are very happy in your relationship, then again, this can just mean like it's going to get even better. So I don't want you to like second guess thinking that there's another person coming in. If you're single, or just depending on, how the year goes, there could be a new love coming into your life. And these cards are really giving you action on how to balance this. And especially because you got the very soon card first, there's a new love coming soon. And you got the door to romance and the caring connections in the beginning of the year. So I feel like whatever is coming up is coming in the beginning of the year. And you're going to be given the chance to overcome what has held you back from happy relationships in the past. These are spiritual lessons. It's personal growth. Okay, so your abundance, the underlying message that you got is bountiful nature. You see the little angel watering all the flowers. Spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration, remind you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or hike with your pet, meditate beneath a tree, garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with limitless vastness. That very much goes along with everything on two different levels. The first level, I think it's coming as a reminder to let you know that the abundance in this universe is unlimited. And remember that as you stay in this vibration of abundance, then you have access to it. Once you shift into a vibration of fear or doubt, then you cut yourself off from the supply. I'm also getting the message from that card along, because there's so much of this balance, there's so much of this retreat whenever you need to, just getting out and enjoying and being in nature when you need to. This year is a year about balancing for you. So that means when you need to go for a walk, but you have 50 million things to do, that one 30-minute, 45-minute walk is going to help you much more than if you sat down and you just tried to grind out all the work you could. Balance, balance, balance. And the final card, and what a beautiful, beautiful card to end on, is talking about your life purpose, your career. And you got success. It says, congratulations, you did it. Congratulations, you did it. The ending card, the sun, the man holding the coin. You did it. Remember this as this year goes on. Remember this. Any frustration is just a lesson. That's all. That's all it is. All right, Virgo, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you would like your personal reading, if you would like an energy healing from me, my name is Rachel from Reiki with Rachel. And I'm sending you so much love. Happy New Year. And I will talk with you again. Much love and light.